Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. A ton of new info has just come out about Citadelle Des Morts. Obviously, the trailer's out now, and I've already reacted to that, but we've got a bunch of new screenshots, loads of new information about the map itself. We've got info about the characters, info about the history of the map as well. Like, there's all sorts of stuff here, so we're going to dive into all of that today and work through all of this massive intel dump that's just come from the COD block, including them telling us about sitting rooms. Like, bruh. Why is that there? It starts off with this little picture, which sadly confirms that both parasites and vermin are going to be present in this map. That's going to be annoying, but it is what it is. In Citadel, they say, encounter an unexpected ally and investigate an ominous medieval fortress in Avalon as the zombie hordes threaten to overwhelm you. And then they say modes are plenty. Liberty Falls gets hellishly festive, directed mode comes to Citadel Des Morts later in season, and the zombies training course arrives for new players. Bro, I swear to God, Treyarch, if you're listening to this, I make guides, okay? Make me an announcer on the zombies training course. I don't even know what it is yet, dude, but I would do anything to be put in that sort of position. I wish one day maybe they'll recognize that that might be a fun idea to do one day. Probably not. Okay, so Citadel Des Morts, one of Avalon's oldest landmarks. The Citadel is shunned by locals both for its sinister history and because it is a base of operations for the crime family known as the French Syndicate. Okay, so we didn't previously know it was their actual base of operations. It's good to know that that is the case now. The castle was established in the 1100s on the site of a leper colony, and construction was completed a century later. In the 1300s, the renegade knight Guy de Saint-Michel and his four enforcers took over the fortress and instituted a criminal reign of terror that birthed the Syndicate. Something about Guy de Saint-Michel sounds weird to me. Like, I'm used to hearing like Mont Saint-Michel, like that sort of thing, right? And it doesn't have the de in the middle. Is that just different when it's a person's name? I don't know. Either way, Guy de Saint-Michel, okay. He's the originator. Having withstood medieval sieges and 2 world wars, the castle's prominence waned as modern-day Avalon grew and prospered. Now, it's closed to the public, housing a syndicate crew led by a man named Franco, whose dealings with Janus have brought a dark disaster upon a place already soaked in blood. Welcome to Citadel Des Morts. After the events of Terminus, Weaver, Meyer, Carver, and Grey, along with Peck, Raptor 1, and Strauss, embark on an expedition to the European Principality of Avalon, hoping to rendezvous and ally with a luminary named Gabriel Craft. There, the operators hope to learn more about an ancient relic known as the Sentinel Artifact, which in turn, when its power is harnessed, may be able to save Samantha Maxis from her ethereal imprisonment. Cool, we knew that already. It's an overcast Avalon dawn. A light mist rises from the west ground as the crew arrives at the site of the derelict castle. A reunion with an old colleague provides confirmation that Sam's intel was sound and that Franco, a local French syndicate crime boss and focus of Maya's revenge, is on site with Kraft as his hostage. So we're gonna reunite with Ravenov like in the spawn. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen there. Unfortunately, there's very little time for catching up. Dimensional breaches start to form around the Citadel, and a major zombie outbreak threatens to overwhelm and devour the entire team. The brand new Zombies map launches on Thursday. Oh, at 5 p.m. UK. Not at 6 p.m., so a bit earlier than I thought. Okay, good to know. And this is the crew. And I've got to say, Peck's scars are looking extra HD in this screenshot. And it's also just so funny to me that Sam as an AI is just here. Away from the carnage are your handlers. Expect radio contact with Peck, the new member of the team, Sergei Ravenov, and Sam, while Raptor 1 and Oscar Strauss stand ready to provide exfil services. Wait, Strauss as well? Ah, that's kind of cool. He's going to be flying the chopper. Okay, I like that. That's cool. Just so long as Strauss's incessant fiddling with the helicopter's instrumentation doesn't kill them both. Oh my God, that's actually going to lead to some great dialogue. I'm looking forward to that. A hidden history. Before learning of the new ways you can defeat the zombie hordes, it's worth gaining some perspective regarding the history of this place. The Citadel has many names and roles over many lifetimes. Call of Duty, I'm going to say it straight up, this sucks ass. And I know that some of you guys are going to be surprised that I'm saying that right now, but it sucks so many cheeks that we are learning this in a blog post and not in the map. There is intel for a reason. Use it. Like, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I can read history. This is exactly what Destiny got flamed for when it launched and you had to read the grimoire online. Except it's worse because it isn't even cool. Like, it's not even aesthetically well presented. It's a blog post. I'm sorry. I'm crashing out right now because I just feel like Call of Duty wastes so much of its potential. We have a map this incredible and we're learning the lore from the blog post before the map's even out. 750 AD, Abbaye de Oublié. Earliest records show construction of the Abbey of the Forgotten, serving as a leprosarium or leper colony, with those afflicted by the horrific disease being cared for by a Benedictine monastic order. Then in the mid sort of 1100s to 1200s, Citadelle de la Reine, Adelaine of Maurienne, Queen of France and widow of the recently deceased Louis VI, begins construction of a keep on the site of the abbey, which had suffered its first abandonment after the infamous leper revolt in the preceding decades. At the base of the rock outcropping that the keep sits on, a village to house the hundreds of artisans working on the project begins to take shape. Most of the building materials are scavenged from the structure of the old abbey. Construction concludes in 1220. 1314, Relique des Templiers. Jacques Dumolay, the last Grand Master of the Knights Templar, is burned at the stake for heresy in Paris. So this is like actual history, I believe. Surviving members of the order scramble to hide relics gathered during the Crusades. A lone knight rides south carrying something once owned by Abdul someone, said to be able to something and even capable of something itself. Once at the keep, using a ritual learned from somewhere, he something, and Guy de Saint-Michel, along with 4 enforcers, ruled somewhere, the descendants now something. I just hate this. I hate this way of delivering the story stuff. I'm sorry. I'm really excited for the map, and I know you guys probably think I'm just being, I don't know, grouchy here, but I think this sucks so much. It's like taking what is cool about zombies and turning it into the most corny thing imaginable, doing this redaction stuff in a blog post, like, it's just a pain in the ass. I hate it. 1533 AD, Nouveau Propriétaire. After Avalon is declared a free state by papal order, the entire principality is granted to a powerful family known as the French Syndicate. AD, Tombeau de Templiers. Though Avalon stayed neutral during World War II, the Citadel itself suffered several hits by off-target bombers over the course of the conflict, inflicting major damage to many internal chambers. Current day. Nowadays, the abandoned Citadel is mostly used by the French Syndicate, a convenient location to make inconvenient problems disappear, and enough off the beaten track to serve as a depot for their illicit smuggling and narcotic manufacturing activities. So this lore, okay, this intel is awesome that it exists, right? The information, the fact that it's got this history, I love that. I just absolutely despise the method of delivery, and I think that Call of Duty needs to have a serious look at itself and ask itself why it's doing this. Because I think it's dreadful. I think it's so dreadful. Put it in the map. Like, you've got the map right there. Put it in the map, man. Okay. Initial recon tour. A recent survey of the fortification and its vicinity reveals the first details regarding possible exploration choices. What additional secrets could this castle contain? Town square. All right, they're just going to show us the map before okay, I'm gonna hold my tongue. The central hub of the fortified village, sitting below the main castle parapets, this square, which appears to have suffered damage, centered around a vehicle fire, is dominated by a fountain with large and imposing stone statue. To the southeast is an impressive example of a medieval bell tower, and a portcullis gate on opposing walls offers 2 ways to explore further. Directly across is access to the tavern. Why are they telling us this? Why are they saying it? From casks of ale to expensive bottles of Rouge and Blanc wines, La Maison de Masson, Mason's house, used to offer... Excuse me? Mason's house? I know it's like Freemason Mason, not Black Ops campaign Mason, but still. Mason's house used to offer a tranquil and authentic pub experience. Inside, the L-shaped ground floor features... Like, why do they need to tell us it's an L-shaped ground floor? What does that achieve? Impressively large wooden bar, plenty of booth and table seating, and a mezzanine games room with a pool table. The restrooms are most definitely out of order. Village Ascent and Upper Village. Le Marché de Béziaux, we saw that in the trailer. Looks like you can get some pies as well. Shafts of sunlight are beginning to pierce the fog-filled alleyways of the village, casting light on the vile aftermath of a zombie incursion. Blood seeps into the streets, and the main path ascends from the lower gate to a small forecourt, and well, it may be pointless wishing for good luck. No, it'll have a point. I'm sure it will. Nature Path and Hilltop. That's what that looks like. That wasn't in the trailer, so this is an area that we're getting sort of a fresh look at, and it does have that little eyeball sigil on the ground there as well, so I guess those are going to be in place on the map and we're going to have to activate them as we go. Open the western gate and an alternate path to the ramparts can be ascended, though there's nothing natural about the inhabitants encroaching on this farmyard trail. Past the ruins of a tower and a stone barn and stables, the animals long since bolted. Climb past the tiered stone buttress walls to the hilltop, offering once idyllic, now horrific views of the castle, surrounding fields and encroaching shamblers. Citadel, courtyard, village, and hillside ramparts. Ivy snakes around the ground, entrance, edifices, and the interior of the keep seems firmly sealed. Explore either of the ramparts before venturing onto the outer battlements of the castle, and it's here you'll discover an ornate and fearsome cannon sculpted into the head of a roaring lion. So this is that interior area with the dragon statue, which I pointed out in the trailer. Entering the Citadel, an imposing cathedral-like entrance vestibule beckons, once resplendent with tapestries and torches, now only crumbling walls and graffiti-daubed alcoves remain. A central stone staircase leads to a carved dragon bust under what was once the castle's coat of arms. So I guess the coat of arms has been removed, maybe? Both petroleum lamps and construction floodlights bathe the hall in an airy glow and hint at the horrors ahead. Sitting rooms. Another impressively sized room within the Citadel. The interior walls are seemingly unstable and held together by scaffold poles and luck. Past the perimeter torches, the chamber shows evidence of recent activity with bunk beds and desks sitting next to an ancient wood-carved fireplace. Okay, I just think this should have been in the trailer or not shown to us at all. Ideally, any feasting going on in this derelict chamber won't feature your own entrails as the main course, though there are many nooks, balconies, and entrances to be caught unawares during an undead ambush. Yeah, this area does look like it's going to be fairly tight. The main hall remains an imposing chamber to explore, despite the complete collapse of its ceiling, likely caused by the unexploded World War II bomb that now protrudes from the pile of rubble at its center. This is the dungeon. This looks like a cool area, but again, we should have been able to discover this in the map itself, or it should have been shown in the trailer. In the deepest, darkest levels of the fortress is a place of torture, and the surgical blades, thick chains, car batteries, lump hammers, and chairs with restraint harnesses suggest this despicable practice has continued into modern times. The French Syndicate has a rudimentary communications set up here, with generators and basic bookkeeping desk. Perhaps they're logging the prisoners kept in the filthy jail cells that span the outer walls of this disturbing place. Undercroft and oubliette room. A vaulted ceiling in the subterranean cellars of the castle is leaking what you hope is just rainwater, partially flooding the lowest levels of the place, and the crypt is perhaps a location one doesn't linger for long. Old paintings, strange statuary, stacked gravestones, and an impromptu game of chess, now fully concluded if the state of the players is anything to go by. Deeper still within the dungeon lie secrets better left forgotten. A lower dungeon, or oubliette, provides damp and damning discoveries, and the earthen floored chamber contains shelves of chemicals, barrels of hazardous materials, and a table where illicit drug manufacturing appears to be underway. So they're doing narcotics manufacturing inside the castle. So, let's talk about the new enemy, the Doppelgast. Roughly translated as double horror from the original German and Old English respectively, these tormented ghouls are pale imitations of something that looks human but most certainly isn't, not least because the entity sports two screaming skulls, rotting flesh stretched across each of them, seared into a sinewy and pockmarked torso of pallid grey skin, tendrils, and protruding entrails. Serving as the next stage in the evolutionary chain of dark ether metamorphosis, Doppelgasts are violent and display erratic and unsettling movement, as if each head is independently fighting for control of its body. It lurches, randomly knots itself up to perform fast and unexpected maneuvers, and tends to outrun its lesser brethren using its powerful, elongated feet. Damn, that's crazy. Whoa, its head is pretty big there, so it's really kind of messed up proportions for sure. Though hunched and twisted, the Doppelgasts are still 1.5 times as tall as most humans. They prefer to launch from the shadows or emerge from a horde of lesser undead. It's wise not to underestimate the creature's abilities when cornered. Aside from, don't tell me it's got a ranged attack, don't tell me. Aside from rapid melee strikes, where it lashes out with its many tendrils, it can burst forth an array of sharp, bloody needles to disrupt incoming attacks. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of ranged attacks in zombies, bro. Make a melee-based enemy for once. The last melee-based enemy we got was like over 5 years ago. Like an enemy without a ranged attack of some kind. It's been years. If they pierce the flesh, the needles cause lacerating damage, but they attack your nervous system, leading to hallucinations. Okay. It just sounds annoying. Should a weak point be discovered and a Doppelgast finally succumbs, you may want to stand back as the final explosion of blood and gore is as revolting as it is spectacular. It does look funny in the background there. Oh, I like the fact that the zombie has a little knight's helmet on. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. The ray gun's looking weird as well. Why is it blue? Let's see what else this says. Other entities of the Citadel. The packs of lesser undead roaming the environment are mainly comprised of local townsfolk, farmers, and laborers, now in various stages of decomposition, with tougher enemies occasionally sporting French Syndicate insignia on their blood-soaked attire. So maybe these ones are French Syndicate, potentially, something like that. Additional entities observed within the vicinity of the castle include scuttling vermin, airborne parasites, and grotesque appendage flailing behemoths known as amalgams. New wonder weapons. New wonder weapons! Now, this is going to get me, get my videos restricted on YouTube, so I will not be referring to the swords as this ever. I will just be cleansing this from my vocabulary. I will be calling them the swords, or the elemental swords, okay? But my videos will just get restricted. I feel like that's something that Treyarch, well, should they pay attention to that? Should they recognize the fact that people make social media content? Like, it's not just YouTubers, right? It's TikTok as well. If you start saying this in the start of a TikTok, your TikTok's going to get hidden. No one's going to see it. So they're kind of losing out on free marketing for the map by calling it this. Ultimately, if that's what the narrative needs and that's what the lore needs, then I guess it's sort of fair enough. But yeah, I mean, if they spoke to anybody that was talking about social media promotion or any kind of social media presence or just the potential virality of the map, this is just an objectively bad idea. But whatever. It's definitely sort of a valid take if they really want the story narrative stuff to be driving the naming there. So while its exact nature is shrouded in mystery, it appears that 4 powerful elemental weapons may be forged from a claymore known as the Sword. through unknown means. The sword is a formidable melee weapon, splitting the filth-filled undead into cleaved chunks with a devastating slash, along with a defensive parry. Okay, the fact that it's defensive as well is interesting. Particularly useful when blocking incoming projectiles. No, just take the projectiles away. Just take them away. The Claymore can be transformed into one of 4 elemental wonder weapons, each with a unique and devastating special attack, as well as a passive effect that's powered up over time. Okay. And I like the names here. Caliburn, Durandal, Balmung, and Soleil. Okay, so that's a little lion. That's the deer, I guess. That's the dragon, and that's the... What bird is that? It's not like a bird that I'm familiar with. It kind of looks like Baphomet. Caliburn, Dragon's Fire. Create a fiery maelstrom of burning undead flesh, setting zombies alight and summoning an immense fireball. Durandal, Stag of the Storms. Okay, it's a stag. Oh, it's a raven. It's a raven. Cool, I read ahead. Durandal, Stag of the Storms. Summon thunderous power from the skies, discharging voltaic power to stun and stagger before an electrical beam serves up a severe searing. Balmung, Raven's Shadow. Cast your rotting foes into the ethereal abyss, warping nearby enemies with a focused liminal tear. Now, I do wonder, when people search for these on YouTube, should I be calling these just like Stag Sword? Or should I be calling it Durandal Sword? Surely nobody's going to call it Durandal. It's going to be Fire Sword, Void Sword, Light Sword, and Stag Sword, right? Like we had Wolf Sword, now we've got Stag Sword, right? Do you reckon that's what people are going to call it? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm really curious. Soleil, Lion Sword. The warmth of light courses through you as you send foes screaming into darkness. Yeah, like just calling that the Light Sword would make the most sense. Light Sword, Void Sword, Deer Sword, or Stag Sword, Fire Sword. That should be fine, right? Additional content. The swords do look cool in their hands like that. I like how that looks. Main quest. Ooh. Quest rewards. Ooh. The main quest will be live for Citadelle Des Morts at the same time as the map launches on December 5th. Complete it successfully, and your rewards include the Jackknife Operator skin for Weaver. Is that shown here? Doesn't look like it. Okay, fine. 5,000 XP, and a unique calling card only available by completing the quest before directed mode is released for Citadelle Des Morts. Okay, not the most amazing stuff in the world, unless Jackknife is incredible, but let's see. Let's keep reading the blog post here. Maya's got her new look as well. Okay, we've got traps in the map too. Oil Trap, a medieval method of dissuading attackers storming the outer parapets. Overturning huge vats of boiling oil atop a battlement onto a horde of advancing zombies has the exact same end results, made even more potent if a Molotov cocktail is thrown into the mix. That's cool that you can ignite it. However, boiling oil is actually not historically accurate, so they kind of got that wrong. I learned that when we went to Citadelle Des Morts in real life the other day. The Lion Cannon is a giant ornate bronze land cannon on a large rotating cog platform which dominates the outer battlements of the fortress and provides a spectacular means to enter the keep. What would happen if you climbed inside it? You climb inside the cannon? Can you fire yourself into the keep? That's pretty cool if it's like a fast travel thing. I like that. That's inventive. Syndicate loot crates. Evidence of the presence of the group can be seen as you explore the Citadel, and they've marked specific crates for their own uses. Some of those with an inquisitive nature may wish to investigate. You're spoiling an Easter egg. Don't do that. Points of power. Strange metallic manhole covers can be discovered in various locations across the map, but none of them seem to lead to any kind of sewer system. Instead, they appear to have another, perhaps otherworldly use. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what those do. And you can expect a fresh selection of calling card challenges, including Dark Ops. Good, okay. I'm very glad there's new Dark Ops. That's really, really good to see. As well as intel in the form of audio logs, documents, and artifacts throughout your exploration of the castle. And then there's new gameplay stuff. Ooh, the Vulture can looks really nice. I love that design. Okay, so we already know from the COD pod that it's Vulture, and we've seen in the trailer how it looks, and we know that it can peck zombies. It's pretty cool looking. It's available for the first time since Black Ops 2. Consume a can of Vulture once you find the monstrous avian sculpture of the perk machine, and you'll discover an increase in the variety of loot drops from enemies. Additional loot takes the form of essence vials and small ammo drops. This is only available and visible to the player with Vulture Aid active. Then unlock the full power of the perk by ensuring augments are added. It's available on Citadelle Des Morts along with the 8 previously accessible zombies perks. Note that some of these 8 perks are only available via a Wonder Fizz machine. So we're going to have a similar situation to Liberty Falls where not all the perk machines are on the map. Vulture Aid is available on Liberty Falls and Terminus via Wonder Fizz as well. So, we've got its majors to talk about. Wow, okay. So, let's take a look. Fetid upgrade. On death, zombies have a chance to create a gas cloud that charges your field upgrade. Okay, cool. On death, zombies have a chance to create a gas cloud that conceals you while standing in it. Okay, so the original usage of the perk, they've just made it an augment now. Parting gift. Vulture Aid ammo drops give more ammo to wonder weapons. Cool, okay. Vulture Aid, minor augments. Condor's Reach, auto pick up loot from further away. Carry-in luggage, critical kills have a chance to drop extra salvage. And Picky Eater, on death, zombies have a higher chance of dropping your current equipment. Okay, So they're really making it about sort of recharging things, and it's very, very utility based. I guess that sort of makes sense. So I'm not mad about that. I think that that's a valid choice. Whoa, this is weird. If that's what that looks like in the map, that looks so goofy, dude. So this is unlocked as part of the Merry Mayhem event. Wait, what? They didn't tell us that it was going to be locked behind something. I thought it was just in the map, like coming with the map. Bullets deal light damage. Each bullet has a chance to transform a normal or special enemy's health into a healing glyph that moves to nearby injured allies. This ammo mod can be used in all 3 Zombies maps along with the previously accessible ammo mods, assuming it's chosen at an Arsenal machine. Yeah, I'm actually really excited about this. This is one of the new sort of gameplay things that I think is going to be really, really cool to experiment with. Light Mend. So then it's augments here. Antibiotic. The healing glyph now damages enemies that touch it, but its lifetime is reduced. Oh, okay. Sad about the lifetime, but I guess it's got to have a pro and a con. Big game. It can now affect elites, dropping 3 more healing glyphs. Dual action. Consuming a healing glyph will temporarily allow you to heal faster. And then it's minors. The healing glyph's lifetime is increased. The healing glyph replenishes more health when consumed, and increase the range the glyph will move to an ally. I feel like extra strength is going to be the one that everyone uses here, most likely. And honestly, I could see antibiotic being the major that everyone uses. But I'll have to do a testing video. I'll happily do one. I'm excited about that. And then we've got Tesla Storm, which is also part of the Merry Mayhem event. Okay. That's interesting they're gating these things behind those events. For 10 seconds, the lightning collects to other players, stunning and damaging normal enemies. It can be used in all 3 maps, assuming you choose it. And its augments are as follows. The field's damage is increased by the number of allies that are connected. Okay, co-op ones. I'm not huge fans of when they're co-op specific, because I just feel like there's a lot of people that play solo, and those solo players just kind of get walled out of abilities when there is co-op stuff. On activation, stun and damage all nearby enemies. Okay, so it's just a stun. On activation, create a lethal surge of electricity around you. Okay, so it's just basically an energy mine. And then increase the range of the electric tether to your allies. Your movement speed is increased during Tesla Storm, and you can increase its duration. Okay, these don't sound crazy. The only one that really is standing out to me personally is Overclocked. If that means you can go crazy, crazy fast, this is going to be a speedrunner's like dream. So that's going to be interesting to see how it affects things. And we've got new Gobblegums. Okay, so these wreaths on the zombies' necks here are one of the new gobbles. That's Holiday Cheer. They have festive decorations. You also have Timeout, which lasts 3 minutes. It clears all normal and special enemies and ends the round, and normal spawning will not resume during this time. So it's just a pause. They've made the pause feature into a Gobblegum. And there's also Power Keg as well to spawn a full power. So those are what the gobbles look like. And here's how to unlock them. This is a reward as part of the Gobblegum Mania event. Wait, what? It's a reward as part of the Gobblegum? You can only get these during the event? What? And then Holiday Cheer is primarily unlocked in the Jingle Hells event, potentially whenever you earn Gobblegums by playing. Wait, what? Does this mean that you just have to unlock it, as in we have to unlock access to it, but then you can earn it normally? Because this is saying potentially whenever you earn Gobblegums by playing. But that it doesn't say that hit. That's so weird. That is very, very strange. Also unlocked randomly from a successful exfil. Once acquired, Holiday Cheer Gobblegums can be kept and they do not expire, and used in any of the 3 maps. Expect these to be earned even after the holiday season. Okay. But what about these? Can we only earn these during the holidays? What? What are they doing? That's so weird, man. Additional support, score streak, hand cannon. Ooh, look at the wolves on the wall. Oh, yeah. So this costs $12.50 salvage. It's during the hit list event in Season 1. And in the armory starting with Season 1 Reloaded for those who missed out. Okay, so they're going to do that. Interesting. And then the Zombies training course. Yeah, what the hell is this? With a host of weapon camos, badges, calling cards, and other rewards to earn, it's worth jumping into round-based zombies if you haven't already. Coming in Season 1 Reloaded at launch, the Zombies training course allows you to learn the basics if you're a new or casual player, or refresh your knowledge if you're a more seasoned player. Polish your favorite armament and drop into Liberty Falls, where the gruff Arsenal machine drill sergeant gives you tough love as you maneuver to a sequence of different station flags dotted around the map. If you're unsure how to play this game mode, visit the following stations and learn and perform a different aspect of the game. Learn how to kill zombies and replenish resources. Learn how to navigate the world and progress rounds. Buff your strength and survivability with perks and armor. Increase your lethality with weapon upgrades. Discover methods to acquire weapons. Learn how to exit a match. That is insane that they're doing that in the map. On the one hand, I like it. I like the fact that they're trying to get new players to play zombies, right? But on the other hand, I would have loved to voice some tutorials there. And yeah, I'm being selfish here, being like, I want to be part of this as well, right? But the fact that I have literally voiced in-game tutorials for Battlefield, but I haven't done it for Call of Duty, is crazy work. Like, that is insane. The fact that Battlefield, like 10 years ago, were like, Milo, we recognize that your guides are good. Let's put your guides in the game. But they've done this and they're just using the damn Arsenal machine. It's fine. Honestly, keeping it within the sort of game lore and canon and stuff is probably better. But still, I would have loved to be part of that. Citadelle Des Morts directed mode. Once the map's been thoroughly explored by players, expect to complete the main quest with added guidance in directed mode prior to the start of Season 2. Okay, so maybe it's like the week before Season 2 starts. Then they've got zombies-related events mid-season launch and in season. So these are the ones that I mentioned a minute ago. Zombies players should be ready to drop into a number of events, one specifically related to zombies, beginning between mid-season and the start of January. Gobblegum Mania is zombies only, December 5th to 19th. Then Merry Mayhem is everything, 5th to 19th. And then Archie's Festival Frenzy is 19th to 3rd. Does that mean that Season 2 is starting on like January 10th or something? Bro, what the hell? Oh my god. I'm gonna have no rest this year. We've heard about this in the COD pod already, so I don't need to go into too much detail here, I don't think. It's a reskin version of Liberty Falls. There's snow everywhere. There's snowmen. The zombies have Christmas hats on. There's snowballs, etc. Main quest is active, as we heard in the COD pod. Bespoke audio to bring the festive flavor. You might want to look to the skies too. You'll see Santa up there. You can earn the holiday cheer Gobblegum. There's snowball piles. There's not your nice power-ups, as we heard. Snowmen can hide zombies or loot if left intact. And it's wise to make these your primary targets, especially as they drop handy loot when dispatched. There's present boxes. There's Santa trials. Oh my god. Yep, that's cool. And there's frozen rounds. And this is really interesting to me. There's a fog in the air, and during certain rounds, you'll be chilled to the bone, slowing your reactions considerably. I think that's really cool. I think it's actually really awesome that they've made it like a modifier in that way, as well as just having some sort of visual changes. Like, I like that a lot. And the fact that the main quest is active as well, props. That's really cool. There's also these changes that are coming. So they've reduced the number of mangler spawns at mid to high rounds. They've implemented a max cap on manglers in the game, ramping up until the cap is released at round 100. They've reduced the mangler's arm cannon health. They've reduced the length of special rounds by reducing the number of spawns and adjusting the spawn delay rate for special rounds. They've scaled parasite damage between rounds 31 to 91, and they've slightly increased damage scaling for base zombies around 150 to 400. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. It begins with a jaw-cracking good time. Gobblegum Mania is coming. The plan is simple. Chew to earn. It sounds like some crypto thing. Chew to earn, dude. You have to consume Gobblegums in Black Ops 6 Zombies, and chewing them progresses personal goals and community goals. Bro, that's evil. That is an evil way to make people burn through their gobbles. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, but no. Work together to unlock new rewards? No. Other people can do it. Why would I use up my gobbles when other people can use up their gobbles anyway? Like, no, I'm good. I'm good. That's crazy they're making it chew to earn. That's nuts, man. Like, you have to chew 50 to get the Coca-Cola pack bundle. Wow. Yeah. That's evil work from Treyarch. At least Merry Mayhem is just XP earned, but like, yeah, I can't believe they're doing chew to earn. There's also some previews on new store offerings like this. Yep. For the furries, they'll love that, I'm sure. And this for the chameleons. They'll love that, I guess. And the weebs. Wow, they've really got their target audience figured out. They've got the furries, what's this? I guess the like potheads for dank days, and the weebs. They've got it figured out, man. And the gamer nerds with some kind of like 8-bit looking thing. Yep. They've typecast us. They know what we like. Ooh, look at this one though. That bundle looks very cool. Dark Practitioner. So there's the Sweater Ops Reactive, which is for Maya and Weaver here. But then Dark Practitioner, which includes a ray gun weapon blueprint, and Toxic Positivity. I'm guessing Toxic Positivity is something else. But yeah, that's a really interesting skin. I wonder if that's related to the 9? Like, is that Chaos vibes? Chaos inspired, perhaps? And they're doing a free trial. Ooh, okay. Dive into multiplayer and zombies. Jump into fan-favorite zombies. Uncover the secrets of the round-based zombies maps Terminus and Liberty Falls using the new directed mode. Season 1 Reloaded of Black Ops 6 is here. The free trial runs from December 13th to 20th. Damn. They're making it free to do directed Liberty Falls and Terminus. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's the blog post. And I have to say, I absolutely detest a lot of the marketing choices that they're making this year. I think that the marketing team is flopping in several areas, but the gameplay's been really good so far. So ultimately, I don't care if the marketing has loads of room to improve and is making loads of weird, bad choices if the game still stays fun. Like, I just don't care. ultimately, it is what it is, right? The map's going to be out in 2 days, and it looks like the map's going to slap, in spite of the fact that they're doing all this goofy stuff with the way they market it. So that's my perspective here, but I'm open to hearing you guys out, because I'm sure that some of you guys are like, oh, I actually like hearing absolutely everything about the map before it comes out and seeing absolutely every area in the map before it comes out in a blog post of all things. Maybe some of you like that, but for me, I think that's stupid. I just think it's stupid. And it's a very easily avoidable L as well. Like, this is an unforced error, and yet they just keep on doing it. But at least we don't know what the end boss is. That's good. They've not done that this time, so I respect the improvement there. I appreciate that. But yeah, some of this is just been done in a weird way. That's my opinion. Let me know your opinion in the comments down below. I'll see you guys for the release of the map on Thursday. See you then. Bye for now.